All right, we'll get started with North Carolina. Head coach Courtney Banghart and student athletes Deja Kelly and Eva Hodgson. Coach, could you start us off with an opening statement?
I sure can. You guys, why are you all sitting on the left side? We're going to force you all right. Yeah, exactly. What I want to start with is just Greensboro. You guys have been really welcoming and kind, and made us feel like we matter. So it's been great. So we wanted to stay, and it's not something that I personally have been able to do since I've been here. We knew getting Clemson was going to be a gritty battle. We knew after playing so many games in a row against man-to-man, we were going to see zone, which would require different adjustments. We're finally healthy. I think we needed to get our feet settled here. And this time of the year, you just win one and move along. And so we won one, and we're moving along, thanks to these two and a couple others.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Again, just raise your hand, and we'll bring the mic to you. And about 4 rows up there. Mm-hmm.
Coach Banghart, your first ACC tournament win.
I knew someone was going to bring that up.
How does it feel for you?
Well, I knew someone was going to bring it up, so I should have a better answer. But, it's remarkable in competitive athletics how each year is so unique, right? And so, there's a part of me that remembers my journey and a part of me that really doesn't, because it's, someone asked me my best memory I've had as a coach, and I was like, all I thought about was this year, right? So it feels great to win with this group because, at this time of the year, you're the one that has to go in the locker room and tell them, we're going home, right? That's a terrible thing for a coach. So it feels great this time. And for the teams that I wasn't able to get through the first round, thanks for getting us this far that we could do it this time.
Down front.
Hey, Ariel, on the Tar Heel Tribune. How challenging is it to balance trying to keep people rested for the 4-game run and trying to win? Because Deja was down on the bench for 5 minutes, and it was 17-5 Clemson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You're trying to manage the process of you have to win to advance, but you'd like to have as many guys can see the floor as possible for 2 reasons. One is a little bit of rest, but also so that people see the floor, so that tomorrow it's not the first time they've seen the floor. So for the most part, we did a pretty good job of that. I think there are some guys that played high minutes, but they want to play every minute, all of them. That's the beauty of my job. All of them want to play every minute, right? And so, this is not the time where we worry about, are you tired? Are you sore? We worry about the next one. So Deja played about 12 less minutes that she always does. Eva missed a month, so she has some more minutes left in her.
To the left.
Shelby Swanson, Daily Tar Heel. Question for Eva, just how good did it feel to have those 3 3-pointers go all in the first quarter?
It felt great. I mean, naturally, I'm a 3-point shooter, and so in the past few games, it's been a little off. But my teammates really found me, and I was hitting, and it felt great.
What'd you call yourself?
I'm a 3-point shooter.
3-point shooter.
A 3-point shooter.
Shooter.
Yeah, shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Yeah, and I mean, you were out for a while, and obviously I think this is just your 3rd game back since injury. What have you been doing just to get back in the flow of things and just things you've been doing in the gym to get back in your shooting rhythm?
Yeah, I've been in a lot with one of our assistant coaches, and whether it's before practice, after practice, even in shoot around and stuff, it's just getting game-like reps and seeing the ball go in the net.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Coach. You got 9 and 5 today from Destiny Adams in 19 minutes. It feels like every one of these games, one of those sort of young guys on the bench is stepping up. How important was she today?
Yeah, the worst thing about getting injured is that you're having to play guys that maybe haven't had as much experience as others. The best part is that you used them in valuable situations. So Destiny's played in so many key situations this year for us. So we trust her. Her activity is really hard to prepare for. She's quicker to the glass now than she's been. That was kind of the last part of her game I thought that needed to get better. But she makes us better. She brings an element of toughness to us that's helpful, gives us some depth. Even played her with Alyssa. We were kind of expecting to play one or the other, but we played her with Alyssa because she was doing the best job on the big. Yin Yang, or I don't know how to say it. That's what we've been saying. She's so big, and so to guard her, you just kind of have to let her not touch it. And Des is pretty good at that. But yeah, Destiny 2.0 is greater than Destiny 1.0 for sure.
Go about 5 rows up.
Lindsay Gibbs with Power Plays. Coach, obviously You have a familiar opponent tomorrow. It's been hours, I think, since
Who
you
is it?
faced
Who we
them.
got tomorrow? Who do we got tomorrow?
But what are the challenges of facing a team in 6 days from game to game? What are the unique challenges that come with that? And do you think this game, being in the tournament, will be any different?
You know, the challenges are you just have another really good team. You know, two really good teams who play with each other. That's probably the biggest challenge. I'm glad we've seen the floor. You know, we got the 3 seed last year, and that didn't really matter because I've learned quickly you either win the league or it doesn't matter, right? You're just kind of in the tournament, right? And so the benefit as a coach is my prep is going to be they haven't played since the last time we played them. So tonight I'll sleep a little bit longer than I typically do in these type of events. So I think we know them well. I do think there's a familiarity of opponent that's helpful. You know, we hadn't seen Clemson except for in January. Eva wasn't even playing. We hadn't seen them since then. So there's a little bit of like, wait, who are they? And you kind of got to feel them out. I think for both teams, you know, there's a heavy level of familiarity. I think helps. I mean, you guys play the game, but it certainly helps me. I've got a better sense of the flow of the game for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Deja, your thoughts on round 3?
I'm ready. That's all I got to say. Round 3. We're ready.
RL.
Both players.
5 for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, round 5. We swept 2 years in a row in the regular season.
For both of the players, the first half, it seemed to be contagious with the three-point shooting. Can you talk about that first half? It's Eva got it started and everybody just ran with it.
Oh, yeah, it's important for us as a team to find Eva on the floor, to get her open shots and get her easier shots, especially when they're playing zone. And that was really our emphasis in practice and prep. So I think I found her on the first one. There you go. So I got excited when I saw the ball go in the basket for her, and, you know, it was lights out since then. But, yeah, Eva's shooting definitely helps us as an offensive team. She definitely spreads the floor and opens up the floor for us. Jeez.
And then I think even to go off that too, once I'm able to shoot some and they see that I'm shooting, then it gives confidence to others, and it is just this expectation, like it's going in when you shoot it kind of thing.
And it is.
I'm so proud of you, Eva. Hearing your own words.
Yeah, that was my own words.
Third row.
Coach, kind of going off of Shelby's question, you've been talking a lot that you're excited to be healthy.
Yeah.
What's it like to see your whole team, including Eva and Alyssa, like on this big stage, kind of rounding back all the way back into form?
Yeah, and then as a coach, you have options, right? And so Alyssa got in foul trouble, and we could go to the bench some, right? And Deja got in foul trouble, we could go to the bench some, and a bench that you trust. So as a coach, when you go into these really tough contests, you want to have options, right? Because Des might be a great matchup now, but maybe we need more length tomorrow, and so you work so hard to recruit them, and then you spend all of your day managing them and loving them, and then when they're hurt, it's like such a buzzkill. So we're certainly glad to be. It's the right time to be healthy. I mean, I'd like to be healthy all the time, but it just gives me more options at a really important time in our season.
RL.
No, in the first game, you didn't have that inside us be outside Eva combination against Clemson, and that was pretty lethal today. You talk about that dynamic. And also, Alyssa, I think, played the first almost 3 quarters before coming out.
Yeah.
She must be in really good shape after missing those games.
Yeah, I know you're a runner, too. I wouldn't run with her. I think she could give you a run for your money. The question was about what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just the level of experience that they bring. Yeah, we haven't had them. Clemson made a lot of great adjustments. Last time we played them, they cut the court, so they didn't want us to have reversal, and so they really protected the paint in the middle and didn't want the ball through the middle. And so we had a lot of corner threes and a lot of pass backs and a lot of things, and they totally shifted their game plan. And so we had to make some adjustments at halftime because we were sort of expecting their openings to be in a similar way. So they defended instead. They really locked up on the perimeter, and they wanted us to play through the high post. And Alyssa is so darn unselfish that she's looking to pass from there. And so I give Clemson a lot of credit. They made us beat them a different way than we did the first time, for sure.
Question for Deja. I know we were kind of joking after the Duke game about managing minutes, and you're like, well, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to rest at all. How grateful were you you guys are anticipating playing a couple games after this. You would hope just being able to rest 12 minutes today.
Yeah.
What was that like?
You're welcome.
'Cause it's been a minute.
Yeah, well, it also was due to my 4 fouls, which was insane. So, I kind of didn't have a choice. But, yeah, it definitely felt good, especially we know that it's a long weekend, and obviously do what we can to make it through the weekend. And being able to sit 12 minutes, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it felt good. It's probably the most I've said all season, really. So thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And then we'll get our final question in the back.
To go back to this game, Amari Robinson, 27 points today.
On the day that she comes out with she's going to use her COVID year. That's what I said in the handshake line. I said, you're killing me. I was ready. Yeah, I was like ready to say goodbye. I couldn't wait. And then she's coming back. Yeah.
What makes her special?
Everything. She's really hard to guard. She's super joyful. She's a big physical body. She's very comfortable in the mid-range. She has all 3 levels to her game. She's not phased. Like, she can go 0 for 7, and she's still smiling down the court, and you're like, seriously? She rebounds. She's been playing forever. I mean, she's been in the league longer than me, I feel like. So she's got so much experience. So Amari's one of the better players in our league, and I was thinking I was going to say goodbye to her, but I'll see her again next year.
Ladies, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, the North Carolina locker room is currently open.